Alright, so like XIma exposed me again, but like this time I decided to go the extra mile and make a video about my Deathmoon video. Like, I can't tell if that was, I don't think that's the one that started the trend of the .mp4 the demons, but like he went and tried to like look into my video to see if there was anything that he could expose, but like he didn't succeed. I can tell you that he definitely didn't succeed. He in fact pulls a lot of stuff out of his ass, and to like show that, I'm even gonna look into the video here. Oh, I'm mirrored correctly this time. Didn't think about that. It mirrors me. This is the way I'm sitting right now. But like, let's watch the video. Like, let's go through the video bit by bit to see what it is. I'm also gonna watch in 720p because that's what I'm used to. That helps me with recording. And right off the bat, as he writes, here's what he says. Right off the bat, we can see our first proof. He is at attempt 10. This will come useful later on. Now, that has no meaning. Temp number has no meaning on whether you're legitimate or not. And I feel like he's just trying to get stuff to expose me over arbitrary stuff when he has no real substance. Right, so let's continue. I also would like to note he most likely downgraded my quality, because I've seen my original Deathmoon .mp4 video. I've watched it through both on YouTube and on my own computer, like the file. I usually do that to quality check. Sometimes, actually, not usually, but sometimes. It is not this bad quality. He definitely downgraded the quality to make me look worse. Now, that's not impossible. That's actually a very well-known jump you can do on Deathmoon. It's not even really hard. All it really is that like you just hold a very specific timing, and sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. I didn't even mean to get it this time, but he tries to point it out as more proof that I am illegitimate, which really just shows he's just trying to pull stuff out of his ass. But like, really doesn't have a lot of stuff to cover. So let's get back to here. No, you can go backwards in, or he writes, you can't go backwards in 2.1 because 2.2 feature. I don't get to deal with like the cut-off text, but you've been able to go backwards like that. I don't know which update it was, but it's even in the main levels. You can't argue that I'm a hacker because something placed in the level. But really shows he doesn't even have knowledge in the game he's trying to expose me in for hacking in. So already with just that, all his points are illegitimate by now. Let's get back to the video. Let's delve deeper into some of the trash he said, the illegitimate points. I didn't jump, I just went upside down immediately, which means I no-clipped is his point here. But clearly, as anyone who's played Deathmoon before, you don't need to jump into that portal. It is actually mostly like it is auto and auto transition, and the fact he's trying to expose me, that really shows he's just really digging and trying to find something to expose me over, because he knows he has nothing. Let's just get back to the video. I would also like to point out the horrible no-clip footage in the background. He didn't care enough about his video to get actual footage in the background. Instead gets no-clip footage, which very clear to see. And yeah, which is ironic when he's trying to expose me over no-clip, isn't it? Maybe sarcasm. No, it's ironic. So let's get back into it. He tries to point out how I started flying before I saw the ship, meaning I time traveled to like know what the level is. And I don't know how he got the information that I know how to time travel from, because that's classified information, but I didn't time travel for this. If I did, that would have been kind of a paradox, because then I actually don't know, but it wouldn't work like this. Definitely wouldn't. It would maybe even fucked up the entire universe. He's really reaching for this now. Like, time traveling. He's trying to expose me over time traveling now. Really reaching. 8 minutes, okay. Well, let's get back to it then. I'd also like to add in these points here, he doesn't add anything to the video at all. He just straight up rips it. Instead of just cutting out to like the stuff I'm exposed over, he chooses to keep the entire video, clearly showing that he uses it for views, because the YouTube favors longer videos. Everyone knows that by now. No, that's not even true. Just because I dodge all the dangerous stuff doesn't mean I am racist. I also would like to point out more about this no clip here. I actually don't know if you can do that. But like, just because I dodge the dangerous stuff doesn't mean I'm racist. Any human will dodge the dangerous stuff, whatever color it is. And I kinda had to beat the level here. I don't get why he points it out, because in this footage right here, he is dodging, or trying to fake him dodging all the black stuff. So does that mean X on player X is also racist? No. It just means that it's dangerous, and that means you tend to avoid it. Right, let's get back to it. Also, nothing of value added here. I think I might just straight up strike the video if he doesn't edit that. No, he uses my my weakness of duels to make a point out I physically cannot. So he proposes that I use XIma. I think is that, yeah. Which I don't even know if it works. I've downloaded it, but I never tried using it. Also, horrible no clip again. Right here. But like, there's no way I'm using XIma in this footage. But I can't prove that. But like, because I don't have clicks and all that. But tries using one of my weaknesses against me, which is just kind of scummy behavior. Ask anyone and they'll agree. but like he's really reaching, as I've said multiple times now. He's really stretching and reaching to get points out of whatever he can muster. I used to think of this man as a friend. Let's continue here. And here he tries to propose that just because I skipped that jump, it's suspicious behavior. But that's a well-known jump you can skip. In fact, there are even more in the level that I chose to not do because I want to finish it quickly. It's really reaching. I mean, I could even do it right now, but I feel like let's not interrupt this beautiful flow we have going here. So let's get back to it. Once again, I'd like to point out that he's not adding anything to this footage here. He's just straight up ripping my video. Now he tries to argue that. He tries to argue here that my UFO jumped here without me clicking, which, first of all, he can't even tell that I clicked or not, if I clicked or not, because I didn't include clicks in the video. I even went over that as a fault in the video earlier. And then he tries to propose that it's because I used auto clicker. Now, I don't understand how auto clicker could be helpful here, considering there's no like fast bam parts in the level. There's no parts where you need to click a couple of times within like a certain amount within a times period. I don't understand like where he got auto clicker from, but clearly shows that he doesn't know what he's talking about. He is really reaching to try and expose me over whatever he can get his hands on, whatever information he can muster. He really like doesn't have any idea on how like to properly expose me, because there is stuff I've done that is worth exposing, but he misses all of it and decides instead to focus on one specific video instead of what might be actually like valid. Well, let's get back to it. I also like to point out the horrible no-clip gameplay in the background. As I said, he clearly doesn't care about the quality of his video. He's just trying to go in here to get a couple of fast views. Really like this, like just disgusting behavior. Once again, he doesn't cut out these empty parts where there's no proof or evidence. He doesn't cut out those parts, he just leaves them in because he clearly just wants the ad revenue from this. Disgusting behavior, in my opinion. Now he points out here. He says, first off, he dodged the white stuff, which of course I had to do that. It's the obstacles of the part. It's what's dangerous. It's what would kill you in that part. And as I said before, any human would avoid what's dangerous. It's called self-preservation instinct. And secondly, he writes, which means he's racist against both genders, which that doesn't even make any sense. That wouldn't make me racist against the genders. That would make me sexist. And at the same time, if it's for both genders, I feel like it isn't really sexism by then. It would mainly just be a distaste for everyone. and their genders don't have anything to do with that. It doesn't make sense. He's reaching and grabbing thin air at this point. It's not against any genders. It's against, even if it was against something, it would be against color. But even then, it's not. It's just what's dangerous in that part. He's really going above and beyond to like get stuff to put in his pretty short exposing video here. Let's get back to it. Once again, I want to point out his horrible no clip level here. I don't know this level because I don't play levels that often anymore, even especially demons. But he is not playing this correct. Like, he's not playing this well at all. Inhuman wave movements, he claims, but if we go back to it, none of this is inhuman. It's perfectly plausible, this wave movement here. So I feel like he's really like he's pulling stuff out of his ass at this point to try and lengthen the video and make it seem like it's more of a valid expose. Once again, he's not adding anything to this content. He's just re-uploading it. That's not correct. That's not fair use. He's just straight up stealing content at this point. It's not transformative in nature. Now he's claiming here that because I turn invisible, which is a sort of trigger of sorts in GD, where you can go invisible when the level creator deems fit. He's claiming here that just because I went and became invisible like that I just disappeared out of thin air here. He starts off with 4 question marks, so he's really confused about this. Truly showing how little he knows about the game he's trying to expose me over. And then he states facts. He turned invisible, which means you cannot see him. That's just what happened. You don't need to repeat it. We saw. And then he leaves it hanging there for a couple of seconds to truly extend the video to 10 minutes. But as you can probably see, he desperately failed. It's only 3 minutes 22 seconds. But he's really reaching and grasping at straws that don't even exist at this point. Alright, so here he claims that just because I beat another dual port, which again, dual is my weakness, I really cannot handle duels, especially asymmetrical. He's claiming that just because I beat that, I am hacking. And he ends with bro to be extra relatable and like down to earth to make more people believe him, which is really is disgusting tactics and disgusting misuse of words, really. But it doesn't have to be that. Like, just because I can beat a duel here, which is really rare to be honest, just because I can do that doesn't mean I'm hacking. Like, I have practiced duels in the past. I have been able to beat duels, but I choose not to show it that often. And just because I don't show it doesn't mean that it doesn't happen. And it just so happened that in this recording it happened twice. That doesn't mean I'm hacking. That just means I have practiced the level and I've played it a lot, which I have. I've played this since 1.9. I think I've been at least once per update since 1.9, which is I mean, I think it's at least 3 times, not counting 2.1 though, because I haven't played much at all this update. Well, let's get back to the video before I get too off topic here, you know, because I tend to ramble on. Once again, he's not adding anything here, he's just letting the video play out. He's really like trying to get a 10-minute mark, but he failed so horribly considering it's only 3 minutes. And then here he points out that there's text in a 1.9 level. And that means I'm playing a modified version, perhaps meaning an auto version, which doesn't make sense. Every jump I do in icon and of all the wave movements and that doesn't show any evidence of auto. And in fact, Caustic, or Funny Game I guess, actually updated it for, I think it was 2.1, and added the demon head end and text, which really shows he's really lacking information, and he's really lacking like knowledge of what he's trying to expose me over. Really shows how he really doesn't put effort into his videos, his generic videos that he just pumps out at a steady pace. He really doesn't put the effort into them to be able to do like research on the topic he's covering. Let's get back in. And here he adds nothing. No sound. He here points out that I don't have sound effects, but I have music. It must. And here he points out that I have sound effects but no music. Or And here he points out that I have no sound effects but I have music. So it must be a heck moment, which I turn off sound effects quite often, especially when I don't have custom ones on, like made, because I feel like they get in the way and distract, especially the death sound effect. And I think you misspelled hack, because I don't think heck is a way to describe hacking really. Really shows that he doesn't even proof watch his own videos. He just tries to pump. He just tries to pump them out at a quick pace, not paying attention to how generic or bad they may be. Yes, let's get it. And then he accuses me, or he adds his opinion that he thinks I used Whooshy's modified no clip, which is not true. I haven't used that at all. I instead have all I used for that video was a recording program, which I don't remember which one it exactly was, because it was roughly around the time I switched between two, but I didn't use any other sort of program, none even in the background. So he's really basing this off of nothing, and once again his footage is back. His background footage here is no clipped. So he's using the modified no clip, not me. And this too, how does he know about the modified no clip? How did he find out about that? I personally think he even used it for this video, in fact. This exposing video. Because it just kind of makes sense that he's trying to point out someone else's flaws to cover up his own. Like, it's kind of disgusting, in my opinion. It's real disgusting, actually. And that's roughly the end of the video. I'm also going to read out the description. Let's cover everything. So today in exposing Geometry Dash players, we're going to expose MiniSvamp. He's been hiding his hacks very well, but I saw through it, he points out. and he says he saw fruit, which clearly he didn't. He saw nothing, nowhere. He didn't see anything, clearly. And of course I responded with like that I'm gonna have a fire response soon. I forgot the most important part here. The last second here, as I predicted, or as I responded to earlier, it's one of the last frames here. I don't know if you to cut that out or not, but it says, and his dick is pointed, or something to that extent. Let's try and find it. If not, I'll just throw a screenshot up on the screen later on. Yeah, I can't find it, but yeah, he really went above and beyond to try and expose me, and I feel like he kind of failed. Like, he even responded in the sass, like, we'll see way, showing that like he does have confidence in his video, which is mistaken. He really can't. He really shouldn't have. Anyways, that's about all my thoughts on this exposed video and my response. And I'm not gonna apologize for it, because clearly it's not worth. But yeah, that's been all. I'll see you later, I guess. Bruh.